In the mystery, a small steel ball is punctured and closely related to the victim's mold. Anne speculated the murderer cheekily mailed it into the AC with an air gun. When the victim turned on the AC, the mold spread like a rock band, entering their body. As for what the mold was up to, well, that's a topic for another day. Old Hewing made a new discovery. The 3 victims hit headlines, linked to Tiffin Group's waste dumping, a pastor's arms smuggling, and the female victim breaking up families. Anne soothed Old Hewing, "Don't get too excited," recalling how he once reported a colleague and got isolated. He feared helping Kevin solve this case might implicate his police colleagues. And there was an even more important reason. In short, it was chaos. Old Hewing knew what he was doing, but kept silent. The next day, he delved into anthropology and asked the professor to identify the captive on the priest. After examining, the professor recognized it. Years ago, near the tape factory, the professor unearthed Drew Immortal temple, finding inscriptions and artifacts very similar to the priest captive. According to him, this captive was called Gudai, akin to a death warrant from the king of hell. He further revealed that the inscriptions on a stone tablet recorded the ancient Taoist alchemical secret. Unfortunately, secret phrases mixed and kept details a mystery. Old Hewing took the manuscript to the station, tinkering till he decoded some secrets. With such an exciting plot, you definitely need a girlfriend to watch with. How about using Kanshu to find the partner? It's truly high education, high quality, comprehensive, with multiple verifications easily find partners. She's love from admirers use Kanshu for dating. Combined with the graphics above, it magically forms 4 characters. These characters are Fu, Mao, Jin, and Wanzai, with the first 3 aligning perfectly with the 3 victims. Fu is the boss of Tiffin Group. Liao Zhenfu, Mao corresponds to the female victim, Qu Mao Feng, and Jin matches with the missionary pastor. It seems the murderer is following clues or fulfilling a 1,000-year-old Taoist prophecy. Then this Wanzai could very well be the next target. Old Hewing also found 2 symbols marked unfortunate and minor yin and yang. However, the meaning of these bathroom characters is still a mystery. Meanwhile, the mold test results are out. This mold, called resurrection fungus, parasites insects, thrives in warmth, enters stanchions, infiltrates the brain, leaving traumas. The victims felt nothing, but they found extremely high concentrations of serotonin and dopamine in the victim's blood. Their dopamine levels were an unbelievable 5,000 times higher than normal, equivalent to tons of controlled substances. Logically, the hallucination should make victims feel drowned or burned, but why harm? However, they couldn't explain it. As the police pondered, the 4th case occurred, proving Old Hewing's hunch right. This time it was linked to Wanzai, Chen Lianweng, in a spat with the van driver, slashed the car driver and fled. The van was left at the scene. Chen Lianweng's body was found in the trunk, heart removed, with captive and molded inside. It's safe to say it was the same person. Back to the station, Old Hewing spoke freely, but Kevin doubted spirit's existence. He firmly believed that science could explain everything, but there was one thing he couldn't understand. Why did the bullet in Old Hewing's daughter's footage curve? That night, Old Hewing brought all case materials to the professor. The professor, astonished, asked, "He wants to be immortal. Why not sooner?" Some Taoist sects believe in 5 hell's eyes, fiery pit, intestine pulling, twisted heart, and 8 snake. Passing these trials leads to mortality. Legend has it Hewing Shang, a Taoist, killed many before immortality, called Hewing Sale. He cast spells to send evildoers to hell, achieving immortality. His dual pupils saw 1,000 miles by day and ghosts at night. Only those possessing dual pupils could identify evil, meaning the murderer was emulating this path to immortality, and he not only had dual pupils but had also contracted a serious illness. The professor agreed the minor yang and yin symbolized time passing, May to July. This also symbolizes fire and earth. Old Hewing was stunned upon hearing this. His real name was Hewing Hewtu. The professor didn't confirm or deny, but the real answer was almost out. Police swiftly traced the van with Chen Lianweng's body to a tech company. The culprits are 2 overseas returned PhDs. They became wealthy by starting a company 2 years ago, but later fell into Taoism. They then sold the company for $2 billion, invested, tore down a Taoist temple, carted away bricks and tiles, and shipped them here. Now they had rebuilt it in a high-rise, forming a temple. It seemed these 2 had significant suspicions cast on them. Meanwhile, countless Taoist disciples were also in the temple. Among them were 2 PhD returnees. When police prepared to arrest them, they opened fire without hesitation, turning the scene into a massacre instantly. Colleagues outside realized something was wrong upon hearing gunshots and rushed in, but the top floor was already tragic by the time they arrived. 9 police were killed by swords, 24 worshippers shot. Hewing Yaifeng, the main culprit, died on the spot. Then Dai Sheng was arrested.